Hey, welcome back to UltraChen for the Tuesday show.
That's right.
Let's talk now about game news. Man, Killer Instinct has been knocking out of the park.
Yeah, just before we even get into that, dude, it is a good time to be a fighting game player if you're good at tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah, or if you always felt like, oh man, I could be so good at fighting games, but there's not that much financial incentive. Maybe now there is.
It's definitely getting there.
It's getting there.
So Killer Instinct.
They managed to get $100,000 in 3 days. Remember this program?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, that's right. So basically they said that starting April 30th, for 2 weeks, everything purchased for Killer Instinct, whether it's the game or any of the add-on packs or anything like that, or if you buy coins, would go 100% into Evo Pot for up to 50K.
Right.
And then they would limit it at 100K, and if it got to 100K, that would go to other events.
Right.
And you can totally tell that 2 weeks plan and everything, and they're like, if we get to 100K, they're like what their expectations were, right? Like this could be an unmitigated disaster, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, quite the opposite. In fact,
3 days only. It was done. It was already done.
100K.
That is 100K. Not only does that mean 50K for Evo Pot, and then another 50K for whatever community event they're going to use it for. I don't think they've said yet. But it also means that Shadow Jago is going to become a character.
Oh, that's right. He's going to get his own unique moveset.
His own stuff. Yeah, it's not just going to be a skin anymore.
Yeah.
So this whole thing has worked out amazingly for everybody involved. I'm sure you're right that it blew their expectations out.
Like, I even suggested on Twitter, I was like, they should just keep it going, but to make it fair, 50% goes to Iron Galaxy, 50% goes to the pot now.
That's not, look, that any split would be fantastic.
Exactly.
Any split would be fantastic.
Because, I mean, they're giving out, they just gave away 100K.
Right.
Right? Because 100K was just spent on their game, but they're not taking any of it now, right? So it's only fair that if they keep it going, that they start getting some of it. I mean come on, right? I mean, seriously. So,
they really should. Yeah. That is just so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really happy for them. So that's actually really cool. And yeah, I know a lot of people said the same thing. I was talking to Troy Henry about it yesterday. It was like, if only the game was on PC, everybody would be playing it.
It would be a totally different story.
Yeah, but really the characters look really cool. Cinder looks really cool, and of course, like Aganos, Hisako, and all, and the
Conrad.
Yeah, Conrad. All those characters look really cool. Yeah. So it's super creative game.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to one of my friends. He's like, "You think they're trying to out Guilty Gear? Out system Guilty Gear?" And I was like, "I think they already have." Like, seriously, like, Aganos is, like, ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that character is just ridiculous. And
that's funny, because some of the people who work there as game designers are big Guilty Gear fans.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I hadn't thought about that, but that actually makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, though, if they kept it going for more pots, for more events and stuff like that. And I know that some people, and especially since Keats is involved with Iron Galaxy, I think he would actually like to see a lot of that 50K trickle down to maybe, like, top 16 at EVO or something
that'd be
that.
I mean, that's got to happen.
Yeah.
So many more people are playing nowadays. It can't just be top 8 anymore.
Right,
I really hope it'll be 16. So, but yeah, totally agree. Fantastic news for KI. I really hope it'll get more people playing.
Right.
On top of that, I hope it means that Microsoft, Iron Galaxy, etc., will do this kind of thing more often.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I almost feel like when you have a big pot bonus, it's better either to make it like top 3 or like top 16. Because you either spread the love or you really make it so that you get a big prize at the top. It's two ways to look at it, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. So very, very cool news for KI. Also very cool news for Mortal Kombat X.
Yep, because NetherRealm is not to be outdone. What they've done, I mean, they are outdone.
They're outdone. But they have some very cool news of their own.
No, but this is really cool. This is 10K pot bonus going to Combo Breaker. As we were talking about Combo Breaker, like I said, there's just all this news about this event. So they just announced that. But also 10K to CEO as well. So both of those events are getting 10K pot bonuses. Have they announced a pop bonus for EVO yet?
They didn't say anything about it, but you gotta think it's coming. You gotta think it's coming.
Exactly. So, like, what if they were just like, boom, 50K for EVO, like, right there? Because then they won't be outdone. But, like I said, it is a good time to be good at fighting games right now.
For sure. Yeah.
Because I remember when they announced the Killer Instinct thing, a lot of people were like, well, time to pick up Killer Instinct again, you know? And MKX now with all this money. So, like, guys like, you got to imagine what it must be like for guys like Chris G and Justin Wong who are good at all the different games.
Right.
They've got to play everything now.
It's crunch time.
They got to play everything now.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah, it's really, really cool. That's not the only MKX news. Jason came out today.
Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees, yes.
Mm-hmm.
From
Friday the 13th.
Halloween. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Did you really forget?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I need to get L.I. Joe on this because, dude, he was busting out all of the facts.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, like, so remember how, like, you know, there's the Jason background music, he actually told me exactly what that actually is.
No way.
Yeah, he said that it was from, like, it's the person who made the music, apparently, it was based on the words kill and mother. So it's actually like something like that. And, like, I was like, really? And he's like, yep. I was like, dude, L.I. Joe was busting out the MK facts, dude.
And I saw him talking about fatalities and brutalities and various movesets of character, and like likening it. He was like, "Oh yeah, this reminds me a lot of like what happened in 6," you know. So it sounds like, and they had an interview on the Combat Cast with the guy who designed it, and apparently he's a big fan of the movies and has been watching them since he was a kid.
Right.
So look, obviously I don't know anything about the movies / character.
Yeah, because you haven't watched any of those Halloween movies, right?
None of those Halloween movies, yeah.
I mean, was it like Jason kills you when you fall asleep, right? He kills you in your dreams.
Right, isn't that how it works with the chainsaw, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's clear to me from his descriptions and from listening to other people that like when I look at like one of the moves, I can see like, okay, like he has a teleport called like Lake Mist or like Into the Lake or something like that, which is very clearly like he just comes out of the mist and he's like he's there to kill you, like all of a sudden he's behind you.
Right. I actually think that's funny.
Very cool.
I think it's funny that he has a teleport because apparently there's one scene in a Friday the 13th movie, very famous, where Jason slowly plodding along, chasing some girl. She runs into a building, and the next thing that happens, she gets thrown out the window, like of the top story or something like that. And there's no way Jason would have caught up to her at that point. Unless he teleported.
Teleports,
so
man. There it is.
There you go.
His intros, he comes in with his big old knife in his neck.
Oh, really?
It's like in here, and he just like rips it out, and he's like ready to fight.
That's
awesome.
I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen anything about it except for the trailer.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've seen.
I actually played with him today.
Oh yeah,
I was working from home today.
You did it on UltraChenTV.
I did. So go check out the previous stream if you're interested. I really enjoy the character. I have to say, which I expected after having seen him. He's sort of like an offensive Q, maybe?
Wow, this sounds like just your character.
Right? And he's got a mask and he's a silent, it's like Q. He has a dash punch. It's a high, so you can duck, but he has a dash punch.
I would have really wished he would go, and then like he would get like better defense.
Believe me too. Actually, he has a move that gives him life as he comes back.
No, doesn't he have like one of his variations? He actually rises from the dead.
Yes. So in Unstoppable, it's the same variation. After every round he loses, not just the final round, every round he loses, he comes back to life for some percentage of his life bar. And it's if you have no meter, it's like 5% life.
Oh, okay.
If you have 3 bars, it's something like 15 to 20% life. And then you get to fight again until you die or you win.
Really cool.
Yeah, right? Every round. It's not like Phoenix where like there's these conditions.
Right. It just happens. Yeah.
So that means you can do such fun mix-ups like right beforehand because like what's
no risk, right?
What's the risk?
Yeah, that's true.
So very, very interesting. And he also has command grabs in that one. He has like a thing that gives him a damage boost at no cost to his health or meter.
Dang, that means...
Same with life. He gets life back, no cost to anything else.
That means if he has 2 meters or more and a very little amount of health, there's never a reason to combo break. Like, just eat the combo and come back to life with more health, right? I guess you could combo break and then fight and then die and then still come back to life.
Right, you would get 2 chances that way.
Yeah, that's true. Dang. Okay.
I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And then he has one called Relentless, which is the one with the teleports in there.
Oh, okay.
If you do regular teleport, a little bit slow, but if you EX it, you can't be punished. It's armor as he goes, and then on the other, one hit armor. So if you have fast two of them, fine. But once he comes to the other side, he blocks instantly or whatever, instantly.
Nice.
On EX. So that's really nice. He also has a move that's like Jamming Bomb, where he flips your controls.
What? Really?
And there's no cost to him. He just does it. It has a pretty good startup, pretty long
I
startup.
wonder what the logic about that. Like, how does that fit in?
I mean, who cares? Because it's not. Look, in Marvel, when Marvel's very fast paced, and you need to be moving constantly.
Yeah.
It's not the case in MK.
Right.
It's really not.
No, I just mean like lore wise. Like, I wonder where they came up with that idea for Jason.
I mean, you're confused maybe, and you're like,
maybe
maybe I
panic,
should run.
like,
maybe I should run this way, but it's like the exact opposite.
It's maybe
way you should
simulating the
run.
panic or something
Right.
like that. Yeah. Okay.
But look, this is a hold to button to block game, and it screws up all of your buttons except for the block button. Which always remains the same.
Okay.
So since block's always the same, I don't really know why. Whatever.
Right.
So that's, I don't know if that's long term, but I really like the teleport with EX, and he also gets a thing in that one and also in Slasher that gives him infinite armor during a period of time.
Oh dang! Okay.
As much armor as you can get hit by. I mean, you're taking damage whenever you absorb, but at the end of it, there is a very long cooldown period where he like falls asleep, and he just is like falling asleep for I don't know, a second, maybe longer than a second.
Really?
Quite a while. So if you can find a good opportunity to use that to get in and then do a combo and then
end it with a good move.
Yeah, end it to like launch the opponent far away. Maybe you can be safe. But I tried ending it with a command grab, and you actually get punished after you command grab the opponent. They'll get up and stand jab you, and it's your ass. So that's interesting. I mean, that'll go away if you do an X-ray. You can get rid of that.
Oh, okay.
But you're not gonna have X-ray all the time.
Right.
But very interesting ideas. Good. He has good mix-ups. Good range. A good tick throws. He is toward 2 causes a stagger state. Just the normal itself causes stagger state. And it's safe on block. He has a lot of safe stuff. And then in Slasher, he has a machete, so he gets extra strings and a little bit better.
Oh, he only gets the machete in one of them, huh?
Just in Slasher.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So he has better high-low mix-ups in that and some safer moves on block, but no teleport. He does have that armor thing, though.
Okay.
But I was really hoping that the armor thing would be there also for Unstoppable, because how sick would it be if like you had armor and you knew that you were gonna... No, he has armor plus teleport is in there. You can teleport while you're armored.
Right, okay.
Although you can't jump.
But you're talking about reviving, right?
But yeah. Imagine like you have this armor and you know that if you get hit like 5 times, it doesn't even matter because you're coming back to life. Who cares? So you just turn on the armor and you're like, ooh, like I'm Terminator, right? That'd be so sick. But you can't do it. So. But he seems really fun, really interesting.
That's
I'm
cool.
definitely gonna put him
They
more
came
with
up with
him.
a lot of cool ideas.
Yeah.
Dude, it's too bad that Freddy's not in this one, because it would have been cool just to get the real Freddy versus Jason going. So.
They teased Predator on the stream.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh no, I haven't seen it, but I mean we knew Predator was coming.
Yeah, I know, but I mean they had a little in-game shot.
Okay, cool.
Of him standing there. He looks like Predator.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see anything else from him.
I would like to see the Freddy versus Jason scene where he chops off Freddy's arms in the dream world and then they spring back.
Do they?
And Jason's like, he looks like confused, even though he has a mask. I like that movie way too much for no reason. So
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
But anyway, he's very interesting. If you're at all interested in that game, I highly recommend checking him out. Yeah. He'll actually be free to play on the weekend, I think, in a tower.
Oh,
so there will be a Jason
okay,
tower where you can fire up that tower and you'll get to play as Jason. I don't think you get to play him in training mode for free, but you can test him out to see, here's an idea.
That's cool.
So that's interesting. I like that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is a little bit of bad news with MKX. I mean, look, we've complained about the programmers. Just I don't know what's going on with them, but so Ed Boon on that little stream actually came out and acknowledged the fact that netcode's bad, that the PC's bad, and he's like, the PC version's gonna get an update. It's coming out tomorrow. It's on schedule for approval.
AKA today.
Yeah, which is today now. and so we should fix all your problems. And then it came out, and it caused even more problems.
Apparently, it deleted save data.
Yeah, it deleted all your crypt data, basically.
My God.
And not only that, but like it was like 15 gigs or something.
Was
that
it
you
really?
Had to download.
Oh.
So I saw someone tweet that they tried to do 15 gigs. They were downloading 15 gigs, and then it died because they pulled the patch, and then they quickly put a new one up there, and then it was another 15 gigs, and then I think it's just pulled, and like now it's nothing or so. I don't know. It's just like it's all sorts of crazy disaster right now, and yeah, they're trying to figure out why crypt data is being deleted right now. Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, that developer, whoever is porting it, High Voltage, I think.
Yeah, that's what it is. I hope they don't work with them anymore.
I can't understand it. I mean, here's a possibility. So I was all set to be mad at High Voltage and be like, they're the worst ever. They're the worst programmers of all time. Mm-hmm. Could be that MKX is so poorly done that it's just impossible to port it. In my mind, that is entirely possible.
Yeah. I mean,
but
if we're sitting here talking about High Voltage, that they could possibly be worse programmers than the people programming MK already.
That is a race to the bottom, man. Nobody wants to end up there.
That's a bad sign. Yeah, I mean, look, the biggest enemy of MKX right now, seriously, is like MKX. Like, it's not the gameplay, it's just the people programming the game, the bad net code, and this horrible PC experience for a lot of people. It's really unfortunate. I hope that they can get this all squared away because it's a fun game and I would love to have people actually play it. But if the netcode doesn't get any better, I mean, some people were saying in the chat, like, after EVO, maybe it'll die because it's bad netcode. And that's absolutely a possibility if the netcode is bad. So,
Agreed.
Hopefully they get all that addressed because, like I said, it's a fun game. We had a blast playing it offline.
I mean, this has been a very apt conversation in the last 10 minutes because here I was blathering on about how I love Jason, such a good design. Right. Story-wise, even with his source material and the gameplay itself, fantastic. And then here's some BS with the programming.
It's really interesting.
That's very apt.
So a lot of people. So I see some people in the chat complaining about the block button, that they don't like the block button, that they want to hold back the block. I'll tell you this right now. If they put in the option to hold back to block or use the block button, you will die so fast if you pick hold back to block.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
It just doesn't work for this game.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to mix you up and all sorts of ridiculousness that if it was a left-right block game, like Scorpion would just teleport into you and you'd be dead like half the time. And we talked about like those crazy Ermac mix-ups where you can go to the other side or Katana can like float above you and like if you didn't have a block button, like it'd be so good. It'd be so good. So it's
definitely designed for the block
button. You gotta just learn how to play with the block button.
It's not that onerous, man. It's really not even that hard. I don't know why people are so mad about this.
Right.
Never played. Maybe people never have played Virtua Fighter or something else.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the only game that has block buttons. So
Virtua Fighter has it, like you said. Soul Calibur had it. Yeah. There you go.
I don't know. It's really not an excuse in my opinion because the game is so fun. But whatever. All right, enough about MK. What else is going on?
More Skullgirls news. They keep announcing lots of cool things for Skullgirls. They just announced, so I guess it's second encore now, so that's going to be coming out pretty soon. But they announced that for second encore, they are going to have a full story mode, like a complete story mode, and they listed all the voice actors that they got for it. And it's like this gigantic cast. It's like the list is forever, and like all the characters that were in the Kickstarter, the Indiegogo campaign to be added to the game, like they're all in the story. They all have like voice actors listed and stuff like that. So apparently this is going to be like some crazy epic story mode that they're adding to this. So that's actually
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. That's really cool. So
man, I'm so happy for how things are going for those guys right now. It seems like maybe the curses are finally lifted.
To knock on wood, dude. Knock on wood. Seriously. For sure. Yeah. And I guess I don't know. This is just a little goofy thing, but for as a promotion for Tekken 7, they've released like this little free Galaga game that you can play, where instead of using a ship, you can play as Hayachi, or you can play as like Lucky Chloe if you unlock her, and everything that you shoot are like more Tekken characters and stuff
What?
like that. And I think like the different
That's
characters
funny.
have different shots and stuff like that. It's actually kind of funny. I was
Yeah, that's
messing
cool.
with it. Yeah.
Oh, is it out?
Yeah, it's out. I was playing it. I have it on my phone right now.
Oh, it's a phone game.
Yeah, I have it on my phone right now.
Oh, cool. I gotta check this out.
Let me just bust this out. So you guys can...
By the way, speaking of phone, the MKX for Android is now out.
Oh, is it?
It's available
okay,
if you want to play that for Android.
Yeah.
I actually downloaded it, and it turns out that my phone has too many pictures on it right now, and I can't download that game.
See, like when you start,
Gotta
you can
clear it out
choose
first.
like Hayachi or Lily or something like that.
Oh,
you
no
can
way.
pick different characters for your different lives.
Dang.
And you click OK. Here, let me change this to the James cam.
Yeah, put it on James Cam.
Well, I'm gonna put it on David cam because that cam is actually closer to me.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
So, but
Do you want me to just move it?
no, it's okay because then if we move it, then I might forget how I had it positioned before and stuff like that. But I want to see if I can get it up there.
Hi.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can hear it right now.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man, this is bad if it's actually crashing on my phone right now. This is not a good advertisement for this. So
Nah, man, you can just move on.
anyways, you can download this game and it's kind of funny. So it's kind of cool. Anyways, okay. So do you want to talk about anything else here?
Well, you want to talk about this Kotaku thing?
Yeah, this dumb Kotaku article. So, Kotaku article. So, someone wrote an article basically like saying how great it is, how great of a feeling it is to find someone who spams moves over and over again and plays cheap and dishonorable, and then you beat them and get to taunt at them and destroy them pretty much. So, it's pretty much antithetical to everything that's fighting game, like, because you basically do what you can to win.
If you put any thought into a fighting game at all, you should figure it out. Doesn't it seem strange that almost nobody seems to figure out that fighting games are strategy games? Like, you have to be told by somebody. Why?
Yeah, I mean, your response on Twitter was like, "Wow, I played StarCraft and people were like mining for resources." Like, 'cause,
What
yeah,
jerks?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
'cause
the game.
when
What are you
you
talking
spam
about?
moves, I mean, that's if the opponent can't figure it out, then that's how you win, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how you win. So.
I mean, I guess now that I think about it, people, like, I remember I played Brood War. People complain about Zerg rushing. I mean, I would rush, and people would be like, "How dare you? Oh no, I don't want to get like." What was it? I forget the phrase, but you didn't play for 15 minutes. You built up your little resources for 15 minutes.
Right.
No rush. Oh, maybe that's what it was. 15 minutes, no rush. So people actually played StarCraft in like the same way, where like they didn't get that it was a strategy game.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's just it's all
So
weird to me.
It's really funny that happened, and at the same time, just recently, one of the greatest FGC videos to come in recent memory is the exact opposite of that. It's the antithesis of that. And I want you to put your headphones on because I want you to listen to this, okay? So
You got it.
I'm actually going to see if I can get this on for everybody here. And this is Justin Wong playing online on one of his streams. And this is pretty much the best you can get opposite of that article from
Okay.
Kotaku. So here, let me turn up the volume here.
You just gonna play it?
Yeah.
Talker?
This is Justin Wong. Hang on, guys.
Talker.
Playing online
I have
on
to
one of his
mute.
streams. Something really quick. That was really weird.
Yeah, man.
Where is it? Which one is that coming along here?
There it is.
There it is. Pew.
Nuked.
All right. Back to this here. All right, back to this.
We got a talker!
Hi.
Oh shit.
Hi, bud.
Oh
Can you
fuck.
talk to me?
Oh my
That
god.
was so easy on me, okay? I'm new. So I'm new to the game. I don't have that many. Why are you picking Jack? I want to be Jack too. I want to be Liu Kang. Okay, Liu Kang.
See that?
What's up with this epic music?
Gonna do my turn? No?
That's
Or
the
are you
actual
in the
background music.
party? Aw, you're gonna win. Can you please use it? Yeah, I'm new to the game. You just go easy on me. I'm new to the game.
Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world.
Okay, that's a cheat move. That's a cheat move.
Welcome to the real world. Time to learn. You gonna learn today.
Move right there. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a cheat move.
Round 2, fight.
You gonna learn today.
No, you're not. You're using a cheat move. No, you're using a cheat move. No, you're cheating.
You're gonna learn. This is the real world. You learn it early, son.
That's all you ever do in your house? I'm done playing now.
Finish him.
You're a freaking jerk. All you keep doing is that. That's freaking not fair. if That's all you're gonna do.
Jax wins. Flawless
How is that?
victory.
I'm done. I swear I am done.
So, why did we watch that?
Because it's the exact. Because that's what you spamming one move over and over again, and if you're gonna have to learn to beat it, you would have to learn to beat it, right?
He started to block,
He did start to block,
and
yeah.
he started. In fact, he jumped with the correct timing
Yes.
at the end, and then Justin, like the jerk he is, did the anti-air version. But actually, that kid started to figure it out.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Look, I just wanted an excuse to show that, dude. No, oh, that's right. There's one other great thing about that video, too. Here, let me go back to this. Let me show you something. Let me go back to the screen. Is that here's the video, and if I scroll down here and I go to show more, category is education. Whoever uploaded it as category education.
Oh man.
Because you're going to learn, son. You're going to learn. But I mean, that's.
I mean, I think he kind of did though.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, that's just the whole point. So you see from, the casual perspective, oh, you'll want to spam moves or whatever because you want to play honorable. But then Justin's like, nah, if you want to play this game, you got to learn. You got to learn how to deal with this. So, I don't know. I just thought that was too
hilarious. I like how Justin was laughing at himself while doing this. He like knows he's a jerk. That was awesome.
Oh my god, so amazing. So, yeah, I just wanted to. I almost only brought up the Kotaku article just so I could play that video because I got such a
mission
kick out of
accomplished.
that. I got such a kick out of that. So, man. Anything
I mean,
else?
I don't. I feel like those articles will never go away. There's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
somebody who thinks that they know how to play video games, who in fact has just been babied forever
Yeah.
by playing video games that don't require thought. Fact.
Yeah. I mean, it's really weird. You're absolutely right. A lot of people just think that you just hit buttons in fighting games and it's not about strategy. And it's
I feel like, by the way, it's not just fighting games. I feel like people expect that they can just do some crap and it works.
right.
Some games it will work and maybe not that well, but it works. And then they go to the fighting games and they feel it's the same way. So
Yeah. But I mean, even in some cases, like people who even know about competitive games, like if they play MOBAs or if they play, RTSs, some of them even think fighting games is nothing but just spamming stuff or just button mashing and
You're
stuff
right.
like that, right? I mean, it's amazing to me that fighting games still have that reputation at this point.
I don't know how to disabuse people of it.
exactly.
I honestly, it's strange, but I feel like you have to tell people why, but it seems like you do.
In any case, yeah, I think that was pretty awesome. Justin trolling people up. So some people just have a gift. Some people just have a strategy.
Trolling this.
Yeah. Well, I just mean like Justin's also really good at fighting games, just in general,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah, for sure.
he does have a superpower though.
What is his super?
His superpower is basically the ability to fall asleep anywhere.
Oh, he is really good at that.
I've always said if I wanted to have one superpower from Justin, that's what I'd want.
You wouldn't even take fighting games.
I wouldn't take. I'd want the sleeping ability because that's amazing.
That's
to me,
awesome.
so,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah. He actually can fall asleep really well in places, and
I know we've talked about it before.
Have we talked about it before?
Because I know we
Yeah.
talked about the Australia trip where Mike Ross was on a 14-hour
Right.
flight. It was 17-hour flight, and Justin like fell asleep for the whole time except for when the food carts rolled by, and then he would
Right.
like stir up, eat, and then fall back asleep. Meanwhile, Mike Ross is sitting there for the whole flight like can't fall asleep, and he was
Oh, God, that
he was
sucks.
so angry. So yeah.
Man, that's a long time to not be able to sleep. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. That's really bad. So
That sucks. Well, that's not the superpower that I would pick.
really. Well, from Justin or just overall?
Oh, just if I'm picking just from Justin. Superpower from Justin.
I mean, he's kind of mind reader, right? So I guess that's kind of.
I think here's what I would pick. I would pick his ability to notice things.
Oh right,
Because he's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
best at that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
so
yeah.
like not even just in fighting games, but just in whatever situation, he'll notice something and remember it better than almost anybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I had somebody on Twitter just recently said if you could pick between either being a mind reader or a speedster, which would you prefer?
Now, what do you mean by speedster?
Like being like the Flash or Quicksilver.
Quicksilver
Yeah.
or mind reader? I mean, I feel like so. Am I just reading minds, or can I influence?
It was like
minds?
mind control. That's
Oh.
what it was. Yeah, mind control. That's what it is. Mind control or being a speedster. There you go. Which one would you rather have?
I think I would pick speedster.
You would pick speedster?
I mean, in general, I feel like mind control is OP, but being a Quicksilver type speedster where like Flash just like runs fast and it's not like his whole life is going in slow motion,
Right,
you know. But for Quicksilver, where it's like he's living in a slow mo world.
Is that how it works for him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Oh, okay.
Where so he I think that would be amazing. Well, actually, maybe mind reader because that would just be so frustrating to live in a world where everybody else is going super slow.
See, that's the thing is, if it was more like Flash where you go really fast, I would take that because I'm just lazy, right?
Yeah.
So like a lot of times I'm downstairs and I'm like, oh, I really needed that thing upstairs, and I'd be like, forget it, you know. But if I was a speedster, I'd be like, right? And if there's no one else in my place, then I can't control anybody's mind to pick it up for me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Plus another thing too, I mean, I this was kind of part of my response to the tweet. To the tweet, I honestly feel like that mind control is like too powerful in a way that as soon as people found out you did it, like there's just too much responsibility at that point. Like people would be trying to use you to solve problems and stuff. Whereas
Oh yeah.
if you're a speedster, you can kind of hide that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You
okay,
know, it's just
okay.
like you can use it for a lot of cool things and get away with it without people knowing. Whereas like the first time you mind control someone, I feel like that's it. People know. And,
Interesting. Unless you can do it without them knowing.
right, that's true. That's true. But then you couldn't do it with like more than one person in the room. Because then as soon
Okay.
as you did it, then it would be obvious, right? So
It depends. If you have to do one of these deals, fine. But I mean, like I'm not talking about like what's the most like if I'm gonna do a fight, who am I? What are my powers? That's not the question. Because I know that the Flash is like ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Flash
yeah.
That's not the question. The question is, what would I want? Like, what's useful to me in my life?
if you could pick any superpower.
If I could pick between those two, I think that's a tough one, but I think I would have to go mind control.
Okay.
I think it's just
okay.
to get up on the world, just to do everything. But if I had to pick one physical only, it would be stretchiness.
Okay.
Like the ability to be like maximum prehensile
Like Dhalsim.
stretchiness.
Dhalsim or Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, like Mr. Fantastic. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or even more than that, but like the ability to stretch myself in whatever way, you know, like my stomach I can stretch, whatever. I think that would be the best. I think that would be amazing. First of all, this drink right here.
Uh-huh.
You see how it's all the way over there?
Right. Uh-huh.
I could just drink it.
With your lips.
What?
See, I thought you were gonna say like
Here's
if the drink is
here's my keyboard.
I thought you were gonna say like if the drink is far away, then you can just reach it and bring
You're
it
not
over.
thinking,
No,
you're not thinking enough. No. You have to figure out how to maximize your tools. Why would you even bother using your hands? I feel like I could just do this and have like some little appendage go boo, or like my ear grab it. Right? I would have infinite hands.
It's so weird. I'm picturing stretching lips to drink a faraway drink, and I feel like that would fit in a Ren and Stimpy episode somehow.
It would, yeah. You could fly. You could hover. Because you could stretch yourself out enough, and you could create wings with your hands. You could fly. That's true.
Dude, I definitely have not thought about this enough.
You would effectively have super strength, because if you could stretch yourself to some degree and have if you were elastic, if you could snap back, then you could create some ridiculous slingshot out of your own elbow. And if you wanted to get in a fight, you could just be like, all right, elbow, go 10 feet that way. We're coming back hard. This is the best.
Like the poor girl who got hit by her own watermelon in The Amazing Race.
What?
You've never seen this GIF? This GIF was everywhere.
Great.
Oh, anyways.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, we haven't updated this at all. We are definitely in random right now. Holy crap.
And I feel like you could get real crazy if you could stretch yourself to the point of just being like several molecules thick. You could like have just insane superpowers. I feel like I could take over the world by blocking out the sun, and I would just be like, all right, everybody. But first of all, actually maybe like fifth of all, how thin do you think that I would have to be translucent?
Oh, damn.
I feel like I could get invisible on people if I were stretchy enough. Stretchiness is the best.
It's like Elastigirl, right?
But like super Elastigirl, yeah. I feel like people who have done comics with stretchiness characters just haven't investigated all the great stuff that you can do if you're stretchy.
Dude, this makes me think of this one really great comic that I saw. It was like one of these internet comics where it's like this guy shrinks himself down to a tiny size, but then it turns out he's so small that the air molecules are too big and they won't fit in his lung anymore. So he dies and he falls off a shelf, and his friend tries to catch him, but since he has all of his mass in his tiny little bit, it bursts through his hand and crushes through his hands, and then because of his death he expands so rapidly he causes an explosion that blows up the whole building, and then the end just has two people sitting there looking, and one of them's like, Neil Tyson deGrasse should never write comics or something like that.
That's actually really good though.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Oh man. Dude, we have strayed so far off topic now.
Yeah, you could do all sorts of cool stuff. I feel like being stretchy means that you're potentially super powerful.
If you could stretch yourself so that you were thin enough that the wind could blow you around and stuff like that,
right, yeah.
You could do a lot of things like that.
You could fly, you could
stretch Armstrong style,
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. I wonder if you could be like a gecko and just like stretch yourself onto a wall, and if you were thin enough, nobody could see
now
you.
You're almost like the T-1000.
You.
You're almost like the T-1000. If you had that much control over stretchiness,
yeah.
you might even be able to change your face.
I'm a shape changer. You're totally right. Yeah,
you
of course.
Just be like,
I could look like whoever I wanted I look.
Yeah. So you would really be like, you would become
god tier.
You would become the checkered floor for a while.
Yeah, you could. Why not?
Yeah, that's what the T-1000 did. So, yeah.
That sounds right to me. People always pick like, I would fly, or I would be super strong, but
or invisibility or something.
Yeah, you're just not.
Yeah.
Those things only get you so far,
What would I pick? See, now that you've done this,
I feel like I would be unkillable because, say
you'd
like
be
somebody,
like the Blob, right?
What if somebody shot me? Like, who cares? It would just like push my arm back some
and then
length,
come back
and I would come back,
right?
and it would fly back, and it would shoot them.
Right. It's like I said, it's like the Blob, right?
Yeah.
Nothing moves the Blob, right?
I'd just be impenetrable.
In fact, only one person has ever moved the Blob.
Is that so?
Yeah, and that was the Hulk.
Oh, that makes sense.
He punched him so hard and just held his hand there, and eventually the Blob couldn't hold on with his feet anymore, and he just sprung off of him, supposedly. Yeah. I'm actually not a comic nerd, okay?
I'm actually not really
I don't
either.
know anything about comics.
I'm not really either. Yeah. I get friends to refer me like the classics of comics. so I've read a bunch of like classics, but I don't really keep up with it regularly. Yeah, my dreams of a viable Dhalsim. That's correct.
No wonder you're such a fan of Dhalsim, because
Yeah, I know.
he's just like, you're like, dude, Dhalsim has been my superpowers all along.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, dude, because I know like Flash, like he should just be like the most powerful person in the world, right?
Isn't he like one of the most powerful people in
I would
comics?
imagine
I think
so.
he is,
Yeah, I would imagine so. Like it bothers. So I know a lot of people love the Flash TV show, but it really bothers me how Flash's speed powers in that show are like the T-virus in Resident Evil. Basically, when people ask how the T-virus works, the answer is it does whatever the plot currently needs it to do. And that's kind of what I feel like about Flash's special powers. Like when he fought against Captain Cold, who's just a regular dude with an ice gun.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not even just defeat him in like half a second?
Should it even take that long?
Yeah, exactly. We just went, okay, I have your gun. The
Right.
end.
Right.
But he like had trouble fighting him. The guy would
Right.
like shoot him and would like actually catch him. Like, I don't know.
That sounds really assy to me.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
One thing that I think is interesting to think about is like the Flash versus some mind control person. We talked about this once. Yeah, I think maybe not. Because the Flash doesn't have like anti-mind control powers.
Right.
But he can think and run. If you can run as fast as you
Yeah,
can,
yeah, that's
your
right.
mind has to be going very, very quickly.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So could he get to and incapacitate a mind control person before they could even think about attacking him?
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like he has like a leg up against mind control people. If they get him, then he's boned,
right.
but he could get there first.
Yeah, apparently there was one, so DC has really good animated movies, right?
Yeah.
And so they had one apparently where Lex Luthor and Flash's mind switched. My friend was telling me all about this. So they had the other person's brain. Basically, they transferred bodies, right? So Lex Luthor was in Flash's body, and he was doing all these like crazy powers. And like, why hasn't Flash ever done this? He's like, because it's too dangerous and he won't do it.
Oh.
So that was actually kind of interesting.
Interesting.
But also, apparently, the funniest thing about that episode was Lex Luthor was like, at last, I can finally find out who Flash's secret identity is. And he walks up to a mirror and takes off the mask, and he's like, I have no idea who this is.
That's awesome.
Which is actually pretty funny. So. Oh, man. Dude, okay, we named this random. I think that was pretty appropriate.
I guess it was, yeah.
Oh, man.
Flash does have anti-mind control. Like I said, I enjoy reading comics. I don't do it very often.
Yeah, I actually don't read a lot of it, so I actually don't read a lot of comic strips. In fact, the only comic book, like Marvel comic book or anything, that I actually purchased like all the issues of and was actually following was the Transformers, which makes sense. Right?
It does.
So yeah, because I'm big into Transformers, and even that went off the rails at some point in time.
Did it?
Yeah, towards the end it got good again, just because I really liked the last artist who was involved with it. So
I don't think I've ever had a subscription or regularly bought comics.
Okay.
I mean, I have a lot of completed like trade paperbacks and stuff like that, but
oh right, like and like
it's like
all
bound together. Yeah, but I don't. Okay. I haven't gotten individuals.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that about it? You want to talk? Oh, man, that's a good question.
What's that?
Who won the old hockey game?
Oh, I see.
Come on, no whammy. I was definitely taking a risk on the whammy. Being all, there's no way the Ducks are going to lose.
And
I'm
you're
not
gonna see
even going to bother
Lapchi
looking.
pretty soon too, right? So potentially.
Calgary won 4-3 in overtime.
Oh, there you go. So Lapchi is a happy man right now. So.
All right. Okay.
So someone's telling me to pick a superpower because I really haven't picked one yet. Right? What would I pick? Actually, I think you know what. I think I would like to be a speedster. I would like to be Flash. You know why? Because his metabolism is so high, I could eat whatever I want and not get fat. That would be amazing.
On the other hand, how much money would you have to spend on food to survive?
That's true.
Is that ever addressed in the comic books?
That was addressed in the TV show a
Was
little
it?
bit
Okay.
because Barry Allen had apparently had to eat a lot of food and stuff like that. But it was never a problem in any of the other episodes after they mentioned it one time.
Okay.
Just like before, he conveniently carried someone and ran with them and caught the girl's clothes on fire because he was going so fast that she had to take it off. But it hasn't happened to anybody else, especially the dudes.
Oh, yeah?
It was just convenient for one episode.
Does that happen to his clothes?
Except he has a special suit.
He has a special suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good response. I definitely think there's a lot to be said about living that way.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
much so. Any case, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Make sure that you watch Texas Showdown this
Yes.
coming weekend. Twitch.tv/leveluplive and also twitch.tv/PandaXGaming will be doing the streaming.
Yep.
All the games that you expect will be there.
Yeah, let me check something really quick before we head on out. Let's see here. So Texas Showdown. So apparently also this weekend there is a Kuwait Battle Royale somewhere.
Probably in Kuwait.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I meant stream-wise
very
somewhere.
big. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's also going to be an event only on Saturday called Press Start. I
Oh,
think that's
Smash.
a Smash Brothers event.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of players apparently going to that. So a lot
Right.
of strong players going to that. So there you go.
Cool. Okay, yeah, txshowdown.com is Texas Showdown's website.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. And I heard Line X is going to be there, so we'll see him there. I see him
Really?
every year, every time we go there. So, and I do remember. So the funny thing is, the first year I met him, he told me his name.
Yeah.
I made a joke about the name.
Okay.
Right. Next year I came back, I forgot his name,
That makes sense. Oh, did you make the same joke?
and then he told me, and I made the same joke, and then I looked at him and I was like, I made the same joke last year, didn't I? And he was like, yeah, you did. So
Dang.
don't worry, I remember the name this year. So yeah.
That's funny.
Now, if I remember the face, that's gonna be the hard part for me. So yeah. In any case,
That's funny.
so.
But it'll be good.
Oh, do you want to talk about that at all, or?
I mean, I guess Mewtwo King tweets. There was some, shall we say, off-color.
Yeah, poor taste stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Look, if you're holding Mewtwo King to the same like level of
Social
maybe like social, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Then you are making a mistake, friend. That's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the right way to go about it.
Jason Mewtwo King definitely has. I mean, I don't know if he's been officially diagnosed.
I don't know the guy
autism.
terribly well, but
but he's
definitely don't look to him to have like the same social faculties that you
Yeah.
expect everybody else to have.
right, exactly. So it's not as I think it's people are making a bigger deal out of it than they should.
Totally
So,
agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So.
No,
Well,
not
well,
look.
Yeah.
There was a series of joke tweets that were edited by somebody.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I actually thought one of them was real at one
Yeah.
point in time. So,
And actually, you know what? Somebody else, another one of our friends, texted me just before the show and was like, "Is this real?" And I was like, "No, it's not real." I mean, the real tweets were, pretty a little off the wall there, but they weren't the actual like string of Imgur tweets that you might have seen. So.
Okay, yeah, because before the show started, I was like, "Was that real?" And you were like, "No." And that's not
Yeah.
real. So okay. Anyways, Texas Showdown coming up next week. Definitely tune in for that, and hopefully we'll also get the archives up of the Guilty Gear Basics that we did, that Henry and I did yesterday.
Yeah, if you didn't get a chance to watch that, they did a whole thing about the basics of the mechanics.
Yeah, the mechanics. We haven't gotten any characters yet,
right.
so. But that should be up soon. Apparently, everyone kept saying that Henry's voice was very similar to yours, so they kept calling him the Asian David.
I guess I can see that. Yeah.
So.
He has a little bit different like accentuation and stuff.
Yeah, inflections, like the way he
inflections,
says
good way to put
things.
it, yeah.
But the tone, I guess, is kind of
I can see
similar.
that.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Good on Henry. Okay, well, we'll see you this coming weekend on the stream or in the real life. And other than that, we'll be back next Tuesday for another Tuesday show.
All right. Peace.